It's always great to see you. We met in this building.
Yes, we did.
In 2001. And you've had, your acting career has thrived. Mine came to a dead end. But we did act together in one of the finest sketches that ever aired on SNL.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The fenced-in area.
Fenced-in area.
Yes.
We actually talked about this sketch just last week with the writer of it, Emily Spivey, who was here.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a sketch, you played a simple man in this sketch.
I did.
You
Yes.
just had a fenced-in area, and you were trying to figure out what to do with it.
That's all I wanted to know. I had the space, I had the chain link, and I wanted to do something important with it.
And you still get, people still come up to you about fenced-in area.
It's the weirdest thing.
I will
that's
confirm
been-
that's a weird thing. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's like nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And one skit on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And people still, somebody will come up to me and I'll go, okay, here we go. It's going to be, I loved Armageddon. I love Sling Blade.
Yeah.
I love whatever. Oh my God, Monstrous Ball. And they come up and they go, dude, fenced in area? Yeah.
This is a great show. Goliath's a great show, third season. You play an alcoholic lawyer who takes on wealthy corporations. One of the great things about it, wonderful foils against you, William Hurt, over the Dennis Quaid this season, Mark Duplass, Morris Chestnut. Do you enjoy this character? It seems like it's a pretty meaty part.
I love it. I mean, it's probably closer to myself. I mean, not that I'm an alcoholic lawyer, but
No one thinks you're a lawyer,
Yes.
Billy Bob.
So, yeah. But I mean, it's kind of like I just go to work every day and do what I would do if I were that guy. And after a while, after you play a character for a couple of seasons on something, you start to feel like the stuff's actually happening to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you do. You get to work, and you're in this scene, and it's like, oh, really? And Dennis Quaid, is my old buddy. We've been running buddies for probably 25 years, and it was great having him on there because. You get busy in the entertainment business, and you don't see each other. And we live like a half a mile from each other. But then we were working together, so I got to see him every day. And they made the huge mistake of putting our trailers next to each other.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of, has anybody seen Billy or Dennis going on? Yeah. So.
You have had trouble with the law run-ins, but at a very young age, growing up in Arkansas, the FBI, did they raid your house?
It was my grandmother's house.
Okay. And why did the FBI raid your grandmother's house?
Well, I was only like 3, you got to understand.
Okay,
or
gotcha.
4. I was a little kid. My uncle, my mom's brother, he was a traveling country musician kind of guy, part-time carpenter. And he always had these weird friends he would bring home from Texas. And this guy came home with him one time and, sort of like a con artist, smooth talker. And,
Sure.
and a bunch of us lived at my grandmother's house. We were very poor, so we all lived there, like cousins and aunts and uncles, all in this one house. And this guy was just there with my uncle. All of a sudden, he stayed for like a month. And then one day, the FBI just came in there and carted him off. And turns out he was really fond of stealing other people's vehicles and taking them across state lines. And my grandfather, who was kind of like Daniel Boone, had killed a giant turtle, and he was making turtle soup. And he was one of those guys, he was a medic in World War I, so he'd seen everything.
Yeah.
And he's standing there cleaning this turtle to make turtle soup. And an FBI guy comes to the back door, and my grandfather said, "Do you ever see a turtle that big?"
That's a guy who keeps you cool.
Yeah.
Keeps you cool.